My brother's keeper, I present to you some of the kings being featured inside Aspiring Authors Magazine Special, Men's History Edition. Stay connected to Queen of Collaborations on Linktree.com. I am Queen Angela Thomas Smith, making a difference in the kingdom where I can.
Hello, and welcome. I want to welcome you guys to our monthly poetry awareness event. Actually, April 1st kicked off National Poetry Awareness Month, and Aspiring Authors Magazine wanted to take this opportunity to showcase some amazing poetess and poets that are in our midst. We have to learn how to recognize those that sit amongst us. And I come to realize that there are some amazing brown poets that sits in my midst. And I want to take this opportunity to use my platform to showcase these individuals. So throughout this week until Saturday, we're going to be showcasing poets and poetess as they drop by. So tonight we have an amazing queen with us. She is a woman of many, many hats, but tonight she's going to be wearing her hat as a poet. I'm going to bring her up and allow her to introduce herself and share just a little bit about her before we get into her poetry. Welcome, Miss Nicole. How are you tonight?
I am great. Thank you for having me.
I want you to share with the listeners just a little bit about yourself.
Okay. So my name is Nicole, of course, spelled Nickole Williams. I'm also known as Doll Lady Laureate. I am the president of Queen City Dolls in Charlotte, North Carolina, under the umbrella of Elite Dolls of Faith, out of Doll Virgo's region, where my national doll agent is Belinda Doll Hollywood Houston. I am a EDOF's senior Hidden Tears Initiative domestic violence rep, as far as a prison ministry and political awareness rep. On the other side, I am in healthcare where I take care of Alzheimer's dementia patients, and I am an author, playwright, and of course a poet.
Wow, when I said many hats, you definitely wear many hats.
Yes.
Tonight, you're wearing the hat as a poet.
Yes.
So I would like for you, if you would, to share just a little bit about your journey as a poetess.
Well, my poetry is my blood, sweat, and tears, literally. Everything. I love music for all my life, ever since I can remember as a little girl. And so I would change the words around. And little did I know that those words are what was saved my life. When I say that is that I kept writing every time I felt something, hurt, happy, sad, and just kept putting it back. You know, how you write something and you just throw it away, not throw it away, but put it in the closet somewhere. And so that's what I did all my life until finally I was in a domestic violence situation when I was married and had my children. And I found that was my scapegoat, talking to God and writing words down. And when I finally was set free from the domestic violence after raising my 3 sons, I wrote a domestic violence poem. You know, I was listening to Alicia Keys. I kept hearing this Woman's Worth. I kept hearing this same tune in my head over and over and over. And that sparked me, of all the poems I had, to write a domestic violence poem. And I went to open mic. I got my life back together and I shared it. And this woman came to me and said, "How did you know? How did you know?" And I said, "Know what? That was my story." And that took me from everybody starting to know that I write poetry. And I started dusting off my poetry. And here I am today.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So how long has this journey been?
It's been 20 years since I've been a survivor, domestic violence free. But I am 52 years old. I don't look like what I've been through, but I've probably been writing since the time I was like 8 years old, probably way back. So, but.
So do you have any poetry books published?
Yes, I have 5 books. This, on my birthday, my 52nd birthday, I just finished my last 2 books. And it's 5 books all together, all on Amazon. And it talks about my journey. When I actually looked at the finished process, I realized 5 books of poetic healing. Then came the quotes and haikus, which was a little bit of words with a large impact. Volume 1, Sunrise. Volume 2, Sunset. And the last 2 poems is the last 2 books are Depths of Solitude and Love Unspoken. And it actually told that journey, depths of solitude, in the depths of that loneliness, what I had to endure. And then Love Unspoken was that I'm tired. I'm just tired of being sick and tired. Here I am, unapologetically me. And I'm just going to share my life, air my dirty laundry out, because we all are not perfect, and allow myself to become the woman that God has me to be.
Wow. So would you like to share some pieces tonight?
Yes, whenever you're ready.
Well, I'm ready.
Okay. So again, I just want to put this disclaimer out because I just want to share that this is the poem that started me from sharing myself. And I kept hearing this song. So no copyright infringement intended, but I kept hearing dun 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 dun. You can buy me diamonds. You can buy me pearls. Take me on a cruise around the world. But just don't hit your girl. You can buy me diamonds. You can buy me pearls. Take me on a cruise around the world. But just don't hit your girl. He said, girl, I love you. I am going to make you my wife. I can't see myself being without you in my life. Fall into the trap of chivalry coming strong too fast, thinking that this newfound relationship was just destined to last. Charming me, loving me, captivating me with his smile, but not realizing his captivity is what he would keep me after a while. See, after the honeymoon was over, then jealousy stepped in. No matter how much I secluded myself, I just couldn't win. Claiming that his blood, sweat, and tears is what it took to raise our family, but not realizing that those blood, sweat, and tears will be coming from me. Girl, I'm sorry. I won't do it again. I didn't mean to be so mean, as he took from me more and more each day as he tried to get in between. By the time it was over, my body was used to inside and out. See, I conditioned myself to the point it was senseless for me to shout. I learned to shout on the inside, screaming, God, please help get me out. I kept hearing this voice saying, girl, you just got to leave. But he kept feeding me with those same lines, convincing me to believe. Girl, I love you. You are my wife. But if you ever leave me, I will take your life. You can buy me diamonds. You can buy me pearls. Take me on the cruise around the world. But just don't hit your girl. He said, girl, I love you. I am going to make you my wife. I can't see myself being without you in my life. Think about my past, wonder he'd be the same as the last. How would I know if I don't give him a chance? Wow. He said he loved me. He have to ask me to be his wife. If it was me, him, and a million men, I say yes to him anytime. 2 of a kind, hearts intertwined, combined to death do us part, rich or poor. Even if I leave this earth before him, I'll still come in his dreams wanting him some more. He said, girl, I love you. Thank you for being my wife. I said, God, I love you. Thank you for saving my life. You can buy me diamonds. You can buy me pearls. Take me on a cruise around the world. But just don't hit your girl. Just don't hit your girl.
Wow. 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 And you said you wrote that after a domestic violence experience?
Yes. I remember it was actually 7 years after I had left my ex-husband. And I remember just sitting in this recliner, and my sons, all three of them, so I raised my sons, and they were playing, and I hear the laughter. And literally, I was just sitting in the recliner, not doing nothing, not watching TV, not listening to music. And I kept hearing. I didn't realize the impact of that song until, matter of fact, this year when somebody asked me about it, and I told them I kept hearing that tune, dun 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 dun, and it was from Woman's Worth. And so now I understand it literally this year why God was putting that in my mind back then, because He was allowing me to see my true worth. Because I didn't even see it then. I didn't even realize 7 years passed because I still was living with that hurt and that pain. But that was the poem that came out of it, to remind me that He was there to save my life.
Wow.
Yeah.
I tell you, words are so powerful.
Yes. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Music is powerful.
Yes.
I tell people all the time, you have to be careful what you allow to go into you, because these tunes that goes in us, it plays a part in what comes out of us.
Yes. Yes.
So wow, that's amazing. You were sitting, and you said 7 years after.
7 years.
Wow.
Yep. Because most of a lot of stuff that I write, I could tell you what I was doing and when I was doing and what inspired me to write it at that moment. And I was just sitting in recliner. I wasn't feeling no hurt, no pain. And I kept hearing it. That's all. I kept hearing that sound. And literally I just grabbed a paper and pen and just started writing. But you know what happened was, also at that time, what nobody realizes, that I prayed. I almost died. He could have killed me. But when God removed me, I used to say, God, please help me. Because He would tell me literally that He's going to kill me. And I was like, God, please help me get out. And a plan was set and I was free. But I promised God, I said, you get me out, I would do this and do that. Well, I did get out. No child support, no nothing. And that when this 7 years happened, I got struck with rheumatoid arthritis bad, and I couldn't work. So I had no job. Me and my kids wasn't getting much of no child support, nothing. And I was just sitting there. And then I had to it reminded me, well, you said if I got you out, but I didn't do what I was supposed to do. And I was to share my story until that lady came to me. Nobody would really know. Nobody would know about my story.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So when did you say, okay, I'm going to share? And when did you start writing? When did you first publish something? Or when did you decide to first share something with somebody?
Well,
with me, it was in 2016. It hadn't been long for me. Yeah, so
it was 2008. My first book came out in 2011. So because God sat me down for all those years, I left Him in 2001. I went back up north. I was working, had a good job to take care of me, my three boys. But when I got stricken with the rheumatoid, I couldn't. So I started going to therapy, physical therapy, things like that. I will always start writing stuff. And I started going to the library in New Jersey. I'll never forget East Orange Library, because this young man, Elijah, he helped me so much. And he could have been my son, because he was like a couple of years older than my oldest son. And he would have these classes, and I would just go take the free workshops, the writing workshops. And I was doing it to get myself healthy again, mentally and physically. And he kept pushing me. You need to do an open mic. We'll sit there and write. He's like, you write like that? You need to do an open mic. And I would not go up an open mic. And one time he convinced me, just come on. And from there, that's how. And matter of fact, he helped me self-publish my first book. He put me on with another young man, Anthony. And from there on, that was it. And so the first book was because of them. And when I moved here to Charlotte 8 years ago, almost 8 years ago, when I moved to Charlotte, I wrote my other two books, self-published it because of another woman that saw my first book, helped me out. She Reigns Ministries, and it took off from there. I just couldn't stop. I said, you know what? Because there's more people You know, I became a domestic violence advocate back when I was up north because of that poem, because other people heard it and they wanted me to speak more. And then after that, that was it. I just decided, you know what, God, you gave me all of this. I just have to put it in books. And I learned to do it all by myself the rest of the way.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
Well, I can tell you our journey is similar. I am a domestic violence survivor. May 7th will be 8 years for me.
Wow.
Being shot point blank range with a sawed-off shotgun.
Jesus.
And writing has been that thing that has helped me. I am a author of now, I think 53 books.
Wow. Jesus.
Since 2016.
Wow.
I truly believe in networking, partner, and collaboration. I love doing anthologies because I love providing a platform for other people to share, like yourself. I wouldn't have shared if someone hadn't reached out to me. There was a lady from Texas that had been following me on Facebook.
Wow.
And she reached out to me and asked me to be a part of an anthology. I told her I wasn't a writer. I never wrote before.
Right.
She said, write, just share. She said, just write what's on your heart.
Right.
She said, there's no particular way to write. She said, that's what editors are for. She said, just write. So I wrote my piece and I sent it to her. I didn't hear back from her until like the week before the book was supposed to release. Wow. And I thought I was going to get it back. And she was like, oh, it was perfect. I didn't have to send it back. I just knew it was going to be all opposite of what she wanted. And I was going to have to be edited, but it didn't. And that lit a fire under me. And it made me want to share it. It made me want to be an outlet for other people. So I thank God for you on today for sharing and being that advocate and being that voice for that person that may be out there that think that they don't have a voice, because oftentimes we sit in the shadows. And I want to share a poem that I wrote. It's called The Shadows.
Okay.
I released this book April 1st. It's called From Broken to Be Mended and Molded in His Image. Myself and 12 other individuals share inside of this book. But I wrote a poem. It's called In the Shadows. It says, the shadows of low self-esteem, letdowns and disappointment, the darkness loom. Only to gloom have we been able to bloom. Why has the shadow been the source? When will you come into the light? The light to your soul. Spiritual rebirth cries out for you. Overcoming beyond what you see in the natural. Know that you are unique. There's no pattern. There's no mold. There's no copycat. You are unique and no one can compete. So love you in your likeness and be who God has created and purposed you to be. Come out of the shadows into the light.
Jesus.
That piece.
I love it. I love it. You just, oh, Jesus, I love it. And that's what I've been feeling lately, that God's been telling me that, you know, come out the shadows, come out. You've been hiding too long. I'm so used to doing so much for everybody else that I didn't know how to take care of myself. You know, once my boys were gone and out the house, I still been used to taking care of them. And I said, man, Lord, you allow me to take care of them so good and make them so independent that they don't need me for nothing. But I still was lost, you know, no matter what you go through. And now at 52, I told someone earlier, I feel that's the number of completion. 5 + 2 is 7. That he's trying to tell me. He said, I've been pulling you for so long. I've been putting this in you. Come out the shadows. I love it. Come out. Come out the shadows.
It's that time.
It's that time. Wow. That was it. Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know. I'm telling you, hit me. You was all in my message all this week too. Come out. You know, because he's trying to show you the balance. It's good to take care of everybody and do what you love to do. But don't forget about you, because if you're dead and gone, where you want to be at? So it's okay to come out your shadows and just be your true self all around. Balance it. Come out. You got me started one. I love it.
Oh my God.
Yes.
I want to hear some more from you. I want to hear some more from you.
Okay. This is also, since we're on domestic violence. Now this one covers everything. So it's called I Am Tired. Matter of fact, just to let you know, that first poem I did was Girl, I Love You Part 1 and 2. It's actually 2 poems combined out my first book, A Butterfly Called Rainbow. So this poem I'm about to share with you is on the last book, said I'm tired. And this is why I'm sick and why I do what I'm doing, because I'm tired. So I'll share that with you. It says, I'm tired. Every time I turn around, I think about how I beat the odds. Statistically, I was meant to be in the ground by a man's hands who was always beating me down. But it was by the grace of God I lived to turn my life around. As my life, I try to regain without going insane. When I think about the pain, now I sit and watch my sister's fate. It feels as if I'm being hurt all over again. For we all cannot escape. Who can stand for them as I see a different face flash across the screen on a different day? After the 15 minutes of fame, the accusers walk away, head high, no shame. I'm tired. Every time I look around, new laws are being passed for mediocre nonsense. Some unbeknownst, although to each his own, marriage between two, yet bias about religion in schools, playing us unsuspected fool as we watch hardworking brothers go to jail for something they didn't do. While the real murders walk the streets as if it was cool, I ask for forgiveness for the ones who do get put in the cell. For I seek you to know where they belong, but under God's laws, only He can put them in hell. I'm tired. Every day I awake, another black face I see slayed. I don't know if it's by the police or our own race. While COVID-19 killing spree is spiking up its case, there's still so much hate. Stuck in a house, domestic violence at a high rate. Our children kidnapped and raped, bought, sold, and traded by the same blood in their vein. The other side of grave, we are still treated as slaves when the color of our skin still decides on how we get paid. And those that work the hardest still get minimum wage. I'm tired. For if it was one of my sons who put a hand on a woman's face, I would want my hands to be the demise of their fate. Forgive me, for some, it might be out of the way for me to say. However, as they grow up, not unreal in a society like today. I continue to pray that they will not make the same mistake and their hearts won't turn to hate. I am tired. Losing ourselves, losing our babies, being driven crazy, the shade keeping us shady. For soon we will not have a woman left to continue our race. If we keep up this pace, not the race by the complexion of our face, the all-woman race. For we all are faced with trying to survive another day without meeting our fate. We are the ones who bleed and still hold on to, oh, ye little faith. We birth, we bury from the cradle to the grave. Now it's time to say, I'm tired of being sick and tired. Time for a change. I am tired of being sick and tired. It's time to fight and live again. I am tired of being sick and tired. I'm tired.
Wow. 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 I'm tired. I'm tired too.
I'm tired.
That was that piece.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just tired. And you know, I wrote this poem a while ago, and it seemed like this is out of the book Love Unspoken. And I kept revising it. And not me for itself, because I believe that everything that I write, I don't like it edited. Because when it comes to me at that moment and I just write, I believe that God allowed me, because that was my healing. I would go back and read my poems and it feel like it would nurture my soul, right? You know, good, bad, however I was feeling. It would remind me to stay focused and just trust God. And that poem kept hitting me. And I was really tired. And I was just seeing so much things happen, and I wouldn't think about it. And all of a sudden, I was like, I'm tired of this. And I would add to the poem and add to the poem. The last revision was this recently, last year when the COVID-19 came. And then when I kept saying all the murders, and, you know, that's one thing I prayed. You know, I have 3 sons. My brother was murdered. And he was the one that took me and my sons in his 1-bedroom apartment, you know, when I left my domestic violence relationship. And then he was murdered by a young boy that was on age with our sons. And it was kind of hard. And so I was seeing all of that, you know, if it's not the police, it's the own race. So, that's why I fight for against a lot of those things that goes on, because our children need to be reminded. They need to know that they're not alone, that we love them, we care, because so many of the things that we went through as children has an adverse effect on our lives, on our kids' lives. The damage my sons had to witness, the things, nobody knows these things. These are why so much mental illness, so much suicide. There are a lot of things. So I'm tired of being sick or tired. It's time to fight. Whatever it is that we need to fight for, it's time to save our generation.
And just imagine how many people have those same thoughts that you have, but just don't know how to express it, don't know how to get it out, don't have a platform to get it out on. But it needs to be said. So I thank you for saying it and being that voice, because other people need to hear it, because a lot of people are tired. And I thank you for being that change that you desire to see. We need more people like you. We need more people that want to be a part of the change and just not being lip service, but being about what they want. So I thank you. I applaud you for being what you desire to see in this world. We need more people like you.
Thank you.
So I definitely thank you. I definitely want to take this opportunity for individuals to find out how they can support you on all of the things that you do, how they can support your ministry with the Elite Dolls of Faith, as well as support you through your books. How can they purchase your books? How can they support you in your community service adventures, everything that you do? So your links, how individuals can reach out to you, upcoming events that you may have. This is the time to share that. I want to share all of that.
All of that.
Yes, all of that.
Okay. So first of all, excuse me. Okay. So first of all, I am on Facebook under Nicole, and I see Kole Williams. All 5 of my books are on Amazon.com, and you could hit me on Instagram. I'm on the Black Butterfly 1970, and it's spelled BLAKBUTTAFLY. I'm also, besides the Elite Dolls of Faith, I am a member of Mecklenburg County of Elders, which we also have different board members who have different organizations under the Mecklenburg County of Elders, where like Locked Out Love, where the Peacekeepers, we March for Stop the Violence. Locked Out Love does the prison ministry for the youth. They go in there. We're having an expungement clinic that's coming up at the Mecklenburg County of Elders for the youths, for anybody that needs expungement. We also have classes, anger management classes. If you want to reach the dolls, Queen City Dolls, we're listed under United Way 211. We also have a Queen City Dolls hotline, which is 704-769-2227. Elite Dolls of Faith as a whole, we have 27 doll houses in 27 states. Each one of those states, you could call 211 and find out if there's a doll house in those states. Elite Dolls of Faith itself also has a Georgia hotline, which I do not remember by heart. Let's see. It's so many different things. You're going to see me in the community, with the political awareness. I'm always out there. We're feeding the homeless. I'm assisting with God's Gift Baby Ministry, giving back clothing, diapers, essentials. So, look me up on Facebook, and I'm always posting flyers. I'm also connected with Urban City Connect. We just had a women networking event on last Wednesday at First and Goal. There's a lot of people that collaborate in the community, SSS movement, Blacktopia, any one of those links, you can find out what's going on. And the reason I do this, because I believe that we, each individual as a unit, create a unity when we come together and form together. And all the community is one of us as a unit, community together in unity with a whole to create our community. And I believe each and every one of us play a role in it, play that part, and do it. So I'm not the only one out there on the front line in the trenches. There are people that I don't hardly see on Facebook that always posting everything that they do, that do some wonderful things. Queens and kings. That's what it's about. It's about our future generation. So
That's it.
yep, that's it.
You said a mouthful there, and I thank
I
you.
know.
I definitely thank you for that. Again, Facebook, they can reach you under Nicole Williams.
Yeah.
You're also on Instagram. Do you have a website?
Look, I do websites, but I keep letting my websites go. I didn't update my website yet, but I will. So I'm bad at that.
Look, you're not the only one. It's a lot of us cannot keep up with them websites. But I thank you. For those that are on Facebook, please, you can follow her on Facebook under Nicole Williams. You can follow her on Instagram. Are you on LinkedIn or YouTube?
I am on LinkedIn under Nicole Williams. And on my Facebook, they'll see Doll Lady Laureate, Laureate. So if they want to know if it's me or not, because there's a bunch of Nicole Williams, but I spell it Nickole, and I know most people don't spell it that way.
Amen. So y'all can see it. Y'all see it on the screen. So make sure that you look her up just like that. I want to thank you for stopping by and sharing with us on today. This is National Poetry Awareness Month. So we're going to be showcasing and sharing these amazing poetess and poets throughout the month. I want them to make sure that they catch the copy of our new edition that just dropped, our special edition of our Poetry Awareness Month magazine. Nicole is one of the poetess that's featured inside. You get an opportunity to get up close and personal, find a little bit about her, and she shares one of her poems inside of this edition. So I want to thank you for allowing Aspiring Authors Magazine to showcase you and allowing me the opportunity to share you across my platform. So thank you for stopping by. Before we leave, do you have another piece that you would like to leave on?
Oh, yes, I do. But before I share that piece, I just want to thank you so much for the platform that you allow on each and every one of us. You know, God is using you as a vessel to spread the word, whatever it is that needs to. And I appreciate you so much, Queen. And I thank you so much for having me today.
Welcome.
And I'm going to leave with one powerful piece. This is another story, but I won't tell it. But it's just going to make you think.
Amen.
I and you into the depths of solitude. Upon searching for my destiny, I dug into the depths of eternity. Looking for my ending, I stumbled into the light and found my beginning. Playing solitaire, I began to do. Acting like a joker, turned into a fool. Rooting them on, see which would win the war. Angels and demons trying to score. Righting wrongs unjustifiably unclear. For simplicity lies in the midst of the atmosphere. Like breathing without any air. Does anyone truly care or dare to pay fair for the fear of walking on that tight rope? Smoke-filled lungs began to choke from the yoke that has your throat, still keeping your head up on how not to go broke. I am, into the depths of my destiny, beyond eternity, for all eyes to see, from the point of no return. For two cannot burn, as the wisdom continues to learn, there's only one soul to earn. I am, I and you, into the depths of solitude. When the revelation becomes the truth, it's still fair game of win or lose. You choose.
Wow, that piece. I want to thank you for stopping by and sharing with me on today.
Be
blessed. Thank you.
You too. Be blessed. Thank you again.
Amen. I want to thank you guys for stopping by and sharing on tonight. I tell you, she's truly blessed me on tonight. I want you guys to make sure that you go over and support her. Her books are listed on Amazon. She's on Facebook, and she's on LinkedIn and Instagram. We have to learn how to support those that are amongst us. She's doing some amazing things to give back to her community. She wants to be the change that she desired to see, and she's doing just that. So I encourage you guys to go out and support her. I'm going to be sharing her stuff across my platform. So you're not going to be in the dark. So look out. She's going to be shared across my platform. So don't say you didn't get to catch it, because you're going to be able to see. So I want to encourage you guys to go out and support. I love you guys. I'm going to leave y'all with this video, because I want y'all to tune in tomorrow, Wednesday night and catch some of these poets on my show. Here you go.
Wednesday, April 6, 9:30 p.m. live from Lagos, Nigeria. Walking in Purpose with Angela on the WBN and network. Call in at 516-453-9133.